Bună seara! Am pregătit în limba engleză, așa știam că pe engleză vorbim și scuzați-mă, dar trebuie să predau în engleză. Și să începem. People ask me, maybe you too, what did I do? Nothing special. I have photographed 2,700 different persons. And what big deal in this? Everyone wearing a different clothes. So this is me. But you see, this is just the top of the iceberg. So this is a 10%. So this is me, a photographer. But I know the rule. The happening person, I mean, who put everything into it, it's often highly dysfunctional. So you will see on my speech, so I have to read a little bit. So everyone knows what the traditional wares look like in the area where they live or where they was born. Any direction you go, even in north to south to east to west, the traditional costumes changed in every 50 kilometers. That's all I knew, not even that much. Maybe the significance of the colors, but even when you ask people simple questions about their traditional wares, they can hardly tell you the correct answer. Why? Because the trend is different today. Let's all look alike. This is the motto. So we are look alike because the modern life gave us something uniformity. Once upon a time, around 10 years ago, a man from far away, a kind of teacher looking, asked me something about the local traditional culture, the dressing culture. And I immediately thought something cliches. But I immediately noticed it would be better if I stay silent, because he was an expert. And I didn't know then the travelers sometimes know much more about us than we know about ourselves. So I regretted that. I had a bad feeling. So I decided to learn something about the traditional costumes, just first in this region. So that was the beginning. So if you see on the pictures, anyone there, this is a bride and the groom. And in south, in just 50 kilometers, have changed the costumes. And on the left is from Maramuresh, Oaș, Țara Oașului. The second is Croatian. The third is Sas, Saxonian. And the third from Dobruja. So I'm a visual type. I note what I see. So I started to make photos from every costumes what was in my way. That was the first. When this guy saw that pictures, asked me something about this costume. And I said, and I said something wrong, something cliches. Everybody knows cliches about the traditional wares, but when you ask people about the traditional wares, they can hardly tell you the correct answer because they don't know what is the real situation. So that's how it started. Today, the photo collection exceeded 2,700 photos from 60 different countries and around 250 different nations, because the nations is much more than countries. Even in Romania, there are 27 minorities. The concept of the outdoor exhibition, that is the little differences on in the villages, the different locations. So, the concept of the outdoor exhibition, it's any photographer dreams. So I made mine to show the people how they look, how the differences about the regions. In this continuous surface, there are 2,000 different person in a different clothes from 60 countries. Maybe there are some people who have seen it. It was last year in TEDxTirguMures, and I still wait this guy, this teacher, to show what I did, because the first I didn't answer the right answer. I didn't answer the right answer. Yes. Recently, the security guard asked me, what should he reply if somebody asks about this exhibition? I knew I had to give a simple answer. I said it shows how they dress elsewhere. Because anyone has his own place in the world. Any other place is somewhere else. And people, back in the days, people did not used to travel. They didn't know the world. They married with someone who lived close to them. There was a law for that. It's mean the tied to land, legat de pământ, rökhöz kötöttek. And they know theirs was the most beautiful in the world, mostly this side in the mountain, but anyway, there is nothing beyond the mountains. That was a long time ago. People ask, what photo gear I use? The most expensive, the best, and the latest, and the greatest? No way. I used the FX system, full frame system, and with one single fixed lens. It's mean, so that is give to my photos the uniform view. So if you see these pictures, this portraits optic, I made these group photos, what is not usually. This is a very risky, but it looks very good. In the left top, there is Buryatia. Before I met them, I didn't heard about this land, Buryatia. In the top right, there is Spanish from Leon. From down, this is Slovakians from Hungary, and there is from Estonia. So this is the overview. I did this collection with one portrait lens, and look like this is a kind of very interesting, because the background is blurring. Sometimes the location is not good for photographing, because there is a postman with a bicycle or many people. So with this objective, or with this optic, I can do it very well. So we all know today, no one show up on the street on the popular and on the traditional costumes. Okay, I had one only. They are from Spanish, and someone asked me, why imitate something that hasn't existed for a long time? I don't know. I have no idea, but I know for sure the traditional costumes are a part of our identity. They represent us and our culture. But if you lose the respect for traditional wears, then 1 or 2 or 3 generations down, even if they wanted to, they won't be able to wear it because they won't know how. Are preparing for this. So we need somebody to teach us to not lose the line. Why did I choose this topic? I am convinced I did not choose this topic, but the subject chose me. This topic needed a photographer with professional skills, with experience, perseverance, and a little bit madness. When I start, I quickly realized this is a sensitive area. We have to give maximum, the highest respect. So I simplified the view, and that I made. I referring this kind of typology of photos, just whole body. I look things from the distance, both literally and figuratively. Literally because I use optic with the kind of telephoto, the portrait objectives, and I am not judging, not saying anything about this traditional wear, just recording what I see. I have done artwork before. I had many exhibitions before that topic. So the question always arises, what is art? Art is creation, like in any other genre. To show something that others don't see. To report on something that only I can see. And what do I see? What I'm looking for. In this case, I will show how people dress elsewhere. This is my vocation. I travel and photograph people in their most beautiful traditional festive costumes. Others travel too. Others take photos too. You can see on the Facebook, selfies everywhere. But there is a life beyond the selfies. Paying attention to the specific things and can be found everywhere, but looks everywhere, like the traditional costumes. So I said I travel a lot. The question always arises, will they welcome me there? Usually, yes. You can see where I'm going. The people changes their profile pictures on the Facebook. By the way, I'm not the first who started this kind of activity. That's what I'm said. So in the first part, in the 1900s, Albert Kahn, the French Jewish banker, started a kind of documentary of the people from all around the world. He sent around 50 photographers for this activity. Even in the 1930s, August Sander did a similar thing. He was a German photographer, and he made the project, the typology of the German people. And My father also, in 1978, started to collect, to photograph the traditional wares in our region, in this part of the country. So, last year, I received a notification from Brussels that I gave me a award. They said, come and get your medal for your hard work. And that's the point, the hard work, because as they say, the hard work beat the talents, if the talent's not working. So, if I'm not talent, okay, but with hard work can gain anything. What do I need to carry on to go further? So, this is the question. I have to learn to trust in people, to build a team to continue working more efficiently, but that requires corporate thinking. Lately, I feel like I need some guidance to step to the next level. I can't believe that I made it so far. And one more thing. I travel a lot. I have been many places. I have seen a lot. It's good everywhere. But here we have clean air, clean water. We are not attacked on the street for our wallet, our religion, or our gender. So I think we live in the best place. Thank you.